If you could have any building named after you, what would it be?
Hello? You're currently on the phone with Kacey K. Yep, that's me.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Kacey K, your host for this podcast. Thank you for returning. Thank you for coming back. Welcome to my room full of stuff and things that I've collected over the years. I think one day I'll have to do like a room tour just of all my things that I have. There are some things that are in bins and stuff too. Like I have a lot of my concert tees just in like a plastic bin because like I don't want to wear them, some of them necessarily, because I don't want them to fade. A lot of them have already faded, but it would be cool to have like a blanket made out of them, but I don't make blankets, so I don't know how well that would go over. I'd have to have someone do it for me. But wouldn't it be cool to have all my concert tees, or at least like the originals, the old ones, made out of into a blanket? Anyway, on the docket for today, we have my Scream review of the new Scream movie. I want to talk about the Scary Movie trailer, also the movies and TV shows coming out this week. There's a list of songs and an album that have achieved new milestones, and who might be taking over the Kelly Clarkson show. Kylie Jenner has released new products in her Kylie Cosmetics line, and there's one in particular I want to talk about. And there's a very, very, very famous singer who supposedly is building a stadium. And this A-list couple, are they already married or are we being bamboozled? All right, first up, Scream. So I spent a couple days, as we all know, watching all the Scream movies, and it has come to my knowledge that people don't like the third one, and I like the third one. The third one was one where they went to Hollywood, and for some reason people didn't like it. I thought it was good. People seem to like the New York one the best, which was last year or last movies, and it was good. I didn't mind it. It was really, really good. I thought I liked that it was in New York. I thought that was kind of cool. It's just different where they don't have the main actors in it anymore that were in the first like redos of these movies. It was Jenna Ortega and what was her name? Melissa. Okay, so Scream 5 and Scream 6 were the main stars were Jenna Ortega and Melissa Barrera. And Melissa Barrera was actually fired for speaking out in support of Palestine. Yeah, she spoke out in support of Palestine and they fired her for it. And so in support, Jenna Ortega quit the whole franchise, which that's a big name to lose. I know she's young, but her name carries a lot of weight right now. And so they paid, I guess, Neve Campbell. I guess it's also not Neve, it's Nev. But in the English wording, the E makes the other E say its name. And so I've been saying Neve Campbell this whole time. It's Nev. Someone brought it to my attention and said, I think it's Nev. I'm like, I don't think so. But I was wrong. I was incorrect. So it's Nev Campbell. She has been in the franchise, I think, for 6 of the movies. She wasn't in the last one, but she's like the original Sydney Prescott, the one that Ghostface was after. She's back, and apparently she didn't come back last time because she wanted a higher salary, which fair enough. So she's paid like $7 million for this new one, and it's all about her and her daughter and how they've moved into a new town and started a new life. And basically, Sydney, Nev, is a overprotective mother, rightfully so, from judging from her past. And then Ghostface reappears. And I liked the whole movie. I really, really did. The ending was just a little bit lackluster because it didn't really make sense. When the killer was explaining why they were killing everybody, it just really wasn't that big of an impression on why they would be doing all these killings. It just didn't really make any sense. Other than that, I loved all the scenarios. I loved the storyline. I feel like until I was at the theater looking at the poster at the theater, I didn't realize half those people were in this movie. Because in the commercials, it just shows Nev and her husband and her daughter. Basically, that's it. But no, like we talked about Mechanic Races in it. Mason Gooding, Courtney Cox, I obviously knew. She has been in all of them, actually. Yeah, she's been in all of them. And I think she broke a record for being in the most movies in a franchise. I could be wrong about that, but critics did not like this movie at first, like when it was first coming out, you know? And now it's gotten pretty good reviews from like the public, the general public, and it made a lot of money. It made like 60 to 90 million the first weekend, which I think is the biggest opening for a Scream movie in history. And also it pushed the Scream franchise into $1 billion status. So Scream is now $1 billion franchise. Yeah, I enjoyed it. If you like these movies, if you like, my friend asked me if it was for the fans, and I would say yes, there's a lot of nostalgia in it, a lot of tie-ins to old movies, a lot of old character references, old, you know, stuff like that. So yes, I do think it was made for the fans, and I'm pretty sure if the fans of this movie are fans of it, they've already seen it. But if you haven't and you're a fan, I would go. It was so gory, especially this one part. I'm like, was that necessary? Was that really? I couldn't even watch it, but I could hear all the sounds, and I'm like, also, these movies are very, very unrealistic. So don't go into them thinking, wow, like this would never happen. Yeah, none of this would ever happen. There's no way any of this would ever happen. The big thing with me is all of the killers. I'm like, there is no way they would be able to fight off all these people. There's just no way. There's no way they could be this strong to throw people around, to just be smart enough to attack people the way they are. Like, it doesn't, that's my only grievance. And also, where are all the police people, the policemen in all these movies? They just disappear, and they're a lot of times at the police station. Like, did everyone just go home? So those are my only two grievances of these movies. Other than that, it's entertainment. So just take it with a grain of salt and just go have fun. So that's just my 2 cents. Also, okay, moving into Scary Movie trailer. This premiered during the screening of Scream, and I went to a fan event, so it was the day before of Scream, and I went very excitedly to see Scary Movie trailer, Scary Movie 6. And I was like, wait a second, because it was taking for too long. Like they were doing weird things at the beginning of it, like interviews with the cast and stuff. And I'm like, are they not going to show previews? Luckily, they did, and one of them was Scary Movie 6. They've actually upped the release date. It is going to be now June 6th, I think it is, ahead of schedule. So that's exciting. It's a week earlier, which I think that means good things. I don't know what movie comes out. Should we find out what other shows? Let me try and find the calendar. I can never find the calendar on this stupid computer. I hate this thing on the side that, what is it, the taskbar on the Mac or whatever it is. I just want the calendar, and I can never ever find the calendar. Oh, here it is. Never mind. Okay, so I think that they're wanting to have a pretty big first weekend rollout, because I was trying to think, I'm like, why would they change the date? I'm thinking there might be a big movie coming out, and that is true. It is Steven Spielberg's movie called Disclosure Day. It's the one with Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor, Colin Firth. It's supposed to be pretty big. It's like a UFO alien type movie. I'm excited for it, but that makes sense. So I think they want Scary Movie to have their own like weekend, technically. But yeah, this movie is not for people who don't like to have fun, who can't take a joke, and who are too politically correct. So if you're all of those things, please do not comment, do not come, do not come. Do not show up to the theater. We don't want your opinions. This is purely for entertainment and nostalgia, and we're so excited. Some of the movies parodied in this are Halloween. Cindy is dressed up as, I don't even know what her name is in Halloween. I've never seen those movies, but Jamie Lee Curtis. Oh, and Brenda in it is playing Ma, Octavia Spencer's character. They parody weapons. They're making fun of Scream. Obviously, that's like, I think, kind of what started Scary Movie. Megan, which I love. Get Out, Smile, Terrifier, Sinners, Weapons, Long Legs, The Substance, Wednesday, and Halloween, and Quiet Place, and Nope. So I'm excited for the Substance one, because that one would be fun to parody. Also, Weapons and Sinners. So those are two of the biggest movies last year. I'm so excited for this. Me and my friends watched these movies way too young. I remember specifically watching Scary Movie 4, and also I was young enough that it was still scary. Sometimes watching these movies, I'm like, they're still kind of scary. We watched it at my friend Isabel's basement, and we would laugh and laugh and laugh, and it was the funnest time. Scary Movie 2 is probably my most memorable. Also, they have the original cast back, like most of them. Obviously, they have Anna Faris, which I'm so excited. She hasn't been anything for a long time. She's been on hiatus, and I really hope she's okay, because her podcast was the first podcast I ever started listening to. She was one of the first to start podcasting, and it was hilarious, and she hasn't done it in, I don't even know how long, like years. It's been years. She hasn't been anything in years that I'm aware of, so I'm so excited that she's back. Regina Hall, she plays Brenda, the iconic Brenda. Marlon Wayans, Chris Elliott, he's from Schitt's Creek. He's rolling shit, but he's also the butler on Scary Movie 2. Damon Wayans, Lachlan Monroe. For those nowadays, you probably know him most for playing Betty's dad off of Riverdale, but he was first in Scary Movie. Also, he was in White Chicks. He's one of the detectives. Oh, Heidi Gardner's in it. She's not a cast member originally, but she is from SNL. I don't know if she quit or was fired last year, but she's not on it anymore, and she's hilarious. I was actually talking about her last night. Shawn Waynes, John Abrams, Anthony Anderson, like all these people are so integral to the movie, and I cannot wait. So catch me at the theater. I'm probably going to find a fan event because I want to go early because these movies mean so much to me. They really, really do. I just love stupid humor so much. I think that's why I love like Nacho Libre and Napoleon Dynamite. Like, I just love stupid, silly humor like that. So, this is right up my alley. All right. I wanted to do, this is why I need to get better at planning because I wanted to do the release of the whole month of March movies and TV shows coming out. But it is now the middle of March almost. So that's not going to work. Now until April, I'm just going to do the week of, and then April, I'm going to try and do all the movies and TV shows that week or that month, whatever. You get what I mean. Okay, March 9th, Top Chef is coming back. I don't even watch that show, but I know it's popular, so I put it on this list. It is probably in its 8,000th season, and apparently it is popular still. So for those of you that want that TV show, there you go. We've got Scarpetta that's starring Nicole Kidman. Apparently it's a mystery, a thriller that is coming out March 11th on Amazon Prime. And honestly, anything she's in is so good. For all my Virgin River fans, it is coming out March 12th. That is on Netflix, the new season. I started watching that and I just didn't get into it enough to keep going. I don't know why. It seemed a little bit cheesy to me, but to each their own. This one, the big one, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, comes out on Hulu on March 12th, and I cannot wait. This one is new. It's called The Madison with Michelle Pfeiffer and Kurt Russell, and apparently it is kind of a spin-off of Yellowstone, but it's more modern. Apparently they're from New York and they go on vacation to Montana and something goes awry. It is from Taylor Sheridan, who created Yellowstone and Landman and those TV shows, so it should be pretty good. Plus Michelle Pfeiffer, are you kidding? And Kurt Russell. Like, we haven't seen him in a minute. That's March 14th on Paramount. On Sunday, March 15th, is the Oscars. It's hosted by Conan O'Brien, and you can watch it on ABC and Hulu. You can stream it on Hulu, and it's always a good time. So if you want to hurry and watch all the big movie contenders, you have a countdown starting now. And in theaters this weekend, the biggest movie out is going to be Reminders of Him. It's a Colleen Hoover book made into a movie. It's got the guy from I Know What You Did Last Summer, and also that movie, Him. Was that the football movie about the concussions or whatever? I heard it was really bad, but anyway. I'm not sure if this book was good. Apparently it was a bestseller, and it is giving Nicholas Sparks. Speaking of it, is he around anymore? Like, is he retired? I mean, he has enough money. He has tons and tons of money. So I think he'll be okay if he takes a little break. Let me know if you're excited for any of these. And trust I will be sat for Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and the Oscars. All right, we've got some new Billion Club members. We've got Enchanted by Taylor Swift. That is now in the Billions Club on Spotify, which the Billions Club is massive now. They need to do like a 5 billion stream. Maybe not the 5 billion, maybe 2 billion stream thing. Also, I heard that Bad Bunny's new album has been streamed over 10 billion times. That's just a lot of streams. That's more streams than there are people on the earth. And like probably less than half are actually streaming it. So that means they streamed it a lot. A lot, a lot. Have you ever thought about if everyone in the world gave you $1? What if everyone in the world gave everyone $1? Would that solve anything? Would that do anything to help with the world? Interesting way to think of things. If there are any economists or math people out there, let me know if that's even a legitimate study that can be done. Also, Ready for It by Taylor Swift has been streamed over 1 billion times on Spotify. I wonder if it's because people like it or if it's because it's the first song in the album. I'm going to say people like it. I mean, it's a good song for sure, but you know how, like my playlist, it doesn't happen as much anymore, but if I don't push like shuffle at the end or whatever, and it just goes and repeats to the start of my playlist, it plays Perfect Illusion by Lady Gaga. And so that one would always come up on like my most listened at the end of the year when really I hadn't listened to it that much because it just would start playing. You know what I mean? Anyway, also, this one's fun. Teenage Dream has surpassed 10 billion streams, the album. That's so crazy. I wonder what that album would have done if it were to be streamed, like put out in the streaming era, you know? That one and also Prism. Like I wonder what numbers those would have done. I wonder if like she would made more money when she released them when she did or released them now. I'm guessing when she did, because people actually had to buy the songs, buy the music. Speaking of Katy Perry, she's been spotted in Pomona, California, recording what people think is a music video. Supposedly, she has a song coming out called Watch It Burn. It has been registered in the songwriting registry. I think that's close enough. I'm wondering though, it looks like it could be a perfume commercial because she is the face of Dolce & Gabbana fragrance right now. It's giving Dua Lipa's Libra commercial for Yves Saint Laurent for their fragrance, but there were what appeared to look like maybe flames in this, so it could be for the music video Watch It Burn. Regardless, whatever she does, I'm excited. I cannot wait. So fingers crossed that it is something. She is supposed to be having something brought or come out soon, so fingers crossed. Also, I just can't get over her and Justin Trudeau. How adorable they look. Also, that video, if I can find it, I'm going to put it here again because just the way he looks at her in this video is just so wholesome, just so pure. Anyway, moving on. Meg the Stallion is going to be in Moulin Rouge on Broadway, and supposedly it's going to be around the time that I'm there. So, if Whitney Levitt does not extend her show through the end of April, I have a feeling she will because if I remember correctly, they said that her tickets have sold the most out of anyone they've had in the cast, Whitney Levitt. And she's already extended it another month. And I'm guessing if it keeps going well, they're going to just keep extending it. Plus, she moved to New York. Like, she's not just there temporarily. She moved to New York. She means business. She's going to take this as far as it'll go. So I'm thinking if I can't get tickets to that while I'm there to Chicago, I'm going to try and get tickets to Moulin Rouge. First of all, because I've never seen it. I know that's crazy. Never seen the movie, never seen the play, and my cousins love it. So I know that they're screaming at the phones right now because they think it's crazy, which I agree. Because I also love Baz. Is it Baz or Baz Luhrmann who directed Moulin Rouge? I love Nicole Kidman. Like, I can't believe I haven't seen it. It's just one of those ones I have not seen. Speaking of New York, I just put in for tickets to be in the audience for Live with Kelly and Mark. I hope it comes true. If it's anything like Ellen, hopefully the tickets are free. I'm guessing they will be, but I just hope that is a good guest if we go. I hope it's a good one. And I kind of looked up, I was like, I don't want to waste too much time while we're in New York going to that, but they say at the most you're there for 4 hours, but it starts at 7:30 in the morning. So you're done by for sure lunch, but 10 or 11. So that could be worth it. That could be worth it because I love that show. I don't know what it is. It's got crack in it. It's just morning sunshine. It feels to me like when you go outside in the morning in the summer and it's just that first sunlight hitting your skin. That is what Live with Kelly and Mark feels like to me. It just feels so wholesome and I love it. Okay, so Pink has allegedly, no, she has. She said it in an interview. She has moved to New York and she says she's very excited to see all the art and all the culture and everything and just be inspired by it. She is currently, as I'm recording this, filling in for Kelly Clarkson for the week, doing guest hosting. A lot of people are speculating she's in training to take over the Kelly Clarkson show. I think she's expressed interest in wanting to take over the Kelly Clarkson show. I think she'd be good. She could continue the karaoke type series. I don't know what they would call it for Pink, but Pink has an amazing voice, and if you have not been to one of her concerts, I would recommend going. They are very, very entertaining. She's just a very entertaining person, and I've always liked her music. I actually just added Just Like a Pill to my playlist the other day. I don't know if that was on her debut album, but was for sure on one of her earlier albums. I'm like, she just always has good classic songs on her albums. Also, Sober is one of my favorite songs of all time. So anyway, I would be here for it. I would be here for a Pink TV, what was it? Pink talk show. This one I just wanted to add in because we were in Park City this weekend and we were walking past the Egyptian Theater. It's like this famous theater. I think it's the theater, one of the more popular theaters for the Sundance premieres. It's quite small, but it's pretty famous, I think. We were walking past it on the marquee. It said next week, Katy Tunstall. Pretty sure that's her name. If you're wondering who that is, she sings the Black Horse and the Cherry. Yoo-hoo! Also, if you don't know it from that, you'll know it from what I call the Devil Wears Prada song that suddenly I see why the hell it means so much to me. Did you know she's Scottish? I had no idea. I actually had no idea who she was really until we were walking by and they're like, we should go next week. And so we went and tickets were $50 and I'm so excited. I cannot wait. So there's another song that they were promoting too, like from the singer of Black Horse and the Cherry Tree and Suddenly I See. And then there was one other song, but I wasn't sure of that one. Anyway, they say she banters with the audience, which I love. You know, I love when the singers communicate with the audience and just like tell stories and stuff. So speaking of someone who tells stories during their concerts, it's Dolly Parton. She could tell all kinds of stories, like all kinds of stuff, and then start singing. But to revert back to my intro, she just had the Tennessee Children's Hospital named after her. It is now called the Dolly Parton Children's Hospital. And I love that. She's just all about helping people and philanthropy and just like a nice person. If anyone's name is on a hospital, specifically a children's hospital, Dolly Parton, I think, is the best one for that. So I wonder if she'll like integrate some of what is that book thing she does? Books for Change or whatever. So where she sends out free books to kids. Like there's no obligation, no strings attached. If you want a book, she'll send you a book. Like that's just kind of how it works. And she sent over like 500 million books, which is insane. But yeah, I think that's so good. I think that's so perfect. So fitting. One of my goals is to go to Nashville and stay in her boutique hotel. I think that'd be so fun. Be like just a little getaway. Also, I love Nashville. So if you have not been, who was I talking to? Someone was from Nashville the other day, or Tennessee, and they did not like it. But I was like, what about Nashville? And they're like, ugh. I'm like, you don't like Nashville? They're like, it's okay. It's whatever. So I wonder if it's like, if you just live there, it's just lost its appeal. I don't know. I like Nashville. Okay, my favorite lip balm, butter, chapstick, whatever you want to call it, is coming out with a new flavor, a new scent, a new fragrance. I don't know, one of those three, whatever you'd call it, but it's butter cake. Now, if you know me, you know butter cake is probably one of my favorite desserts of all time. Butter cake with some vanilla bean ice cream on top, delicious. Butter cake specifically from California Pizza Kitchen. I don't know what they do. I don't know if it's I'm sure it's frozen and they just warm it up. I don't care. Whatever's in it, I don't care. It is so, so good. So Kylie is coming out with lip butter called Butter Cake. And trust, I will be getting my hands on that. I have not had the marshmallow one yet. But the original one, what is it? Salted, no, not salted caramel. Caramel something. But it's so good. I'm telling you, it is worth the $20. So if you're ever out and about and see one of those Kylie Jenner vending machines, go ahead and grab you one. It is well worth it. Plus, it's kind of fun to see the machine give you cosmetics. Okay, Adele, she is reportedly building a stadium in London somewhere. I think that they saw how well the Germany show did when they built that ginormous stadium in Germany for her for like, was it 2 weeks or something of shows? And so this is a very loose rumor too, so it could be false. But they said she's building her own type of stadium, and I'm pretty sure it's not just for her. Like I think she'll obviously let other artists play there, but I think it just turned out so well that like we might as well recreate it. My thing is though, doesn't it rain a lot there in England? So wouldn't it? I mean, it'd have to be an indoor stadium, right? Because chances are most shows would get rained out unless they don't care, unless people just will sit in the rain. A lot of things to think about, but I'm sure Adele has. Also, I think her hiatus, if this is correct, was not as long as I thought. For some reason, she made it seem like she's going to be gone for a long, long time. And it really has only been a couple years. So maybe she got bored. Maybe she was inspired. Speaking of England, Harry Styles is going to have a Netflix special on Netflix. It's called One Night in Manchester. I'm guessing it is a concert. Okay, so it is for his new album. Kiss all the time, dance occasionally. Kiss all the time, disco occasionally. Tickets go on sale. I'm sure they're all sold out already. Also, do you see his slutty little photos and his little shorts? They look pretty good. Also, I watched him on Royal Court the other day, Brittany Broski's interview podcast or whatever it is, a YouTube show. And I guess I haven't really heard him like talk a lot. So this made me like him a lot. Like he seemed more human in this. Like he was more relatable and more fun. Like he just seems like one of those celebrities that doesn't talk, that you don't get a lot of info out of them. Kind of like Angelina Jolie or kind of like how Beyonce doesn't really do interviews, but Harry Styles is more. I'm trying to think of who I'm thinking of that really just doesn't give you that much info. They're really just kind of quiet. They just want to do their job and then go home, But this one made me like him a lot. Like he was really funny. He was really like down to earth, just super kind. He referenced his hair. He referenced his hairline being fake. They were talking about something like, "Oh, I bet you that's fake. That smile's fake or something." And he's like, "The smile's real, but the hairline." And he kind of like looked at the camera. So it kind of confirmed that he did get a hair transplant, which, I mean, go for it. If you want one, I would like one because my hair, you can't really see it when it's done like this. I want it to be like this across, because when I'm running and my hair flies up in the air, it doesn't look sexy. It doesn't look attractive. It just looks like my hairline goes clear back here. I mean, I have a good head of hair. I'm not complaining about that. I just wish the hairline was a little bit farther down, you know? That is all. Anyway, it says on Friday, March 6th, they are doing the show. And then on March 8th, they're releasing it. So that they're going to have to do a lot of editing very quickly. I wonder how much those people get paid. But yeah, that's not very much turnaround time. And it's a pretty big ask for all these people behind the scenes, you know. But I guess if they want the album to succeed, they'll do it, you know. I'm guessing the album comes out March 6th, because why would they release the album on Netflix if it wasn't out yet, you know? Those are just some thoughts. We have an official new release date for Running Point Season 2. This show I loved. If you have not watched this show, if you want a show that's just kind of light, just easy to watch, you can kind of relax to it at night before you go to bed, this is the TV show for you. Running Point, Kate Hudson's the star of it. Her family owns a basketball team. She becomes the president of it. She has to make it successful. It was really well done. I liked it a lot. So April 23rd is coming back. I'm so excited for that. Apparently, Kourtney Kardashian was filming with Landon Barker, and people are speculating it's a reboot of Meet the Barkers, which I kind of forgot about. I'd never actually watched it, but the Barkers had a reality show back in the day, and at least I think they did. They had something, documentary or something, TV show, what sure it was. And so people are thinking that it has been rebooted. And my guess of it is if it has, Kris Jenner has her hands in that. She's not letting that money go. She's not going to let her daughter Kourtney star in something that she's not a part of. So if that's the case, I'm very, very happy and excited. We should be getting new Kardashians soon, like April or May. The fact that next month is April is crazy. Formula One racer Charles Leclerc, is that how you say his name? It's spelled where is it? Leclerc. Leclerc. AKA Noah Schnapp's older brother. They look so much alike. It's kind of crazy, but they do look a lot alike. He married model Alexandria Saint Malou in Monaco. Now, I've always wanted to go to Monaco. Monaco, ever since I saw, what is it called? Monte Carlo? The one with Selena Gomez. I love that movie. But I've wanted to go to Monte Carlo since then, and hopefully I will. You have to have a lot of money to go, and it's not cheap, and I'm excited for it. So anyway, that's where they got married, and they had their little dog in a lot of their pictures. It was really cute. There's one where they're on a balcony overlooking the ocean, and then their dog is like looking up in the air through the balcony railing. It was pretty cute. I wonder how much he makes. Does he make a lot of money? This one I loved. Salt Lake City Airport was named Best International Airport. Was it international or just Best Airport in North America? And I could not agree more. This airport is the cleanest, nicest, most spacious airport I've ever been in. People complain about walking. Who cares? You're getting your steps in. You're going to sit on a plane for hours and hours. Don't you want to walk? I don't understand that. Plus, now you don't have to walk as much because they have the new underground thing. If you've not been, you just walk straight underneath the windows and it go down the escalators. And once you're at the bottom, you do have to walk too, but they have those moving sidewalks. But it looks like you're at the bottom of a riverbed. That's what the vibe they were kind of going for. They have good restaurants. They have good shopping. They have good, it's just clean. That's the biggest thing. And a lot of bathrooms. They have tons of bathrooms. So that is, I agree with whoever voted on this being the best airport in North America, because I agree. Also, they're just about to open the next phase of the airport, which I'm hoping opens up more flights to more international places. It just doesn't make, like, I'm so tired of having to fly to other places and then fly to my destination after that. Like, a lot of the places I fly, you can fly direct. But like when we went to Ireland, we had to fly to Seattle and then to Ireland. I'm like, why don't we just fly to Ireland at this point? Please, 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 please. I think you can fly directly to Paris from Salt Lake now. But yeah, I can't wait till we're big enough that we can just fly direct places. So Tumblr did a kind of a recap of their 19 years being a social media platform or whatever. And they just did a lot of memories and trends that happened on the platform. And Halsey took offense that they did not include her in it, which makes sense because that's kind of where she got her start, was Tumblr. She was all over that. And it said, wow, Tumblr, I keep your lights on for 19 years and this is the thanks I get. and they handled it pretty well. They released a statement. They're like, "We are so sorry, we forgot to include you." And then they released a part 2 video, and it was just all of Halsey. And they're like, "Oh my gosh, we totally forgot to release this the same time we released the other one or whatever." And it was just all of her. But that's actually good PR. Like, got her name out there even more, like in the zeitgeist, and it just proved that she is a very famous name to have like attached to you. And I don't know, people seem to like it. They thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. This one will be fun. It's very early in the stages, but Emma Stone and Chris Pine are going to be in a rom-com together titled The Catch. And The Catch, not The Cash. Sorry, that's not really Cash. The Catch. And I'm excited for that. I love Emma Stone. I really, really do. I'm glad she's parting ways with Yorgos Lanthimos for a minute. People seem to like his movies. I just don't. I don't really get it. I mean, obviously they're very strange and weird and quirky, but she just seemed to be partnered with him for a long time. And I'm like, hey, can we move on? Can we do another Easy A? Can we do another La La Land? Can we do just like more stuff? All right, it is official. Netflix backed out of the Paramount or the Warner Brothers deal, and so Paramount now owns it, which they've already stated that Paramount and HBO are going to merge into one big streaming platform, which I guess is good, but does that mean they're going to charge more? Like they might make it seem like you're getting a deal, but is it going to be more? That's my question. Is it going to be like $30 a month? Like we're getting to that point. Like Netflix is what, $28 a month or something now? It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. Netflix, they never even wanted the full studio of Warner Brothers. They didn't want like the television networks. They didn't want CNN. They didn't want any of that stuff. They just wanted the movie production side. But people had mixed opinions about both of them. They said Netflix will kill the theater industry. They'll never release movies in theaters. But then also people had a problem with Larry Ellison. He owns Paramount buying it because he's very chummy with the presidency and it's just become a monopoly at this point. So, like people have already seen a change in CBS News. Like it's not unbiased anymore. It's very, very biased and people are getting fired, people are getting laid off. Like these mergers aren't actually that good because a lot of people get fired. A lot of people get laid off because they don't need multiple of every like say you have a editor at Warner Brothers. You also have an editor at Paramount. When you merge, you don't need one of those editors anymore. I mean, you technically should because the company's bigger, but you get what I mean? Like you wouldn't need as many employees. So it just ends up not being very good for the general public. Also, it said they did a list of the billionaires that own which TV companies and which media outlets and which social media platforms. So Mark Zuckerberg obviously owns Instagram, Facebook, Meta, the whole thing. Jeff Bezos owns the Washington Post, Amazon Prime, MGM Studios. Apparently, he owns Twitch. I didn't know that. Larry Ellison owns TikTok. He owns CNN, CBS, Paramount, Warner Brothers, and Elon Musk owns Tesla, obviously, but also X. So, like, all these billionaires control the media, which is scary to think about. Disney owns obviously ABC, Fox, that kind of thing. So that is kind of a saving grace, but it is kind of frightening. People have already seen TikTok have a huge, huge shift once the Ellisons bought TikTok. It's definitely not the same anymore. I actually have a hard time even bringing myself to go on to TikTok anymore. When I used to be addicted to it 24/7, it just doesn't hit the same. And it's ads. Like I remember scrolling the other day and there were 4 ads in a row. And if they're not like ads, they are people selling stuff. And it's like the same stuff over and over again. I'm like, this isn't even fun to watch anymore. And if you're not a big creator, you're not going to be seen. Your videos will not go anywhere. Like it's to the point where it's not feasible really anymore to go viral on TikTok, and if you do, it doesn't mean much anymore, you know? So it's kind of disheartening, really, truly, honestly. The rich just get richer. Supposedly, Kelly Clarkson and Miley Cyrus have registered a song together. The song thing I was trying to describe earlier is called ASCAP, which I constantly want to say ASPCA, which is not that. That sad commercial. The song that was titled In Love Alone, I'm curious what it could be about. Like, is it for a movie? Is it just because they want to have a song together? What could it possibly be? Is it for the Hannah Montana reboot? I'm just kidding. It probably wouldn't be for that, but I'm very curious, and who knows? It might not even go anywhere. It might just be recorded and sit in a vault. Do you ever wonder how many songs are out there that are not released? And it's just like the the tragedy, and like which ones of those would be successful, would be popular, would be fan favorites, would be someone's new favorite song, but they're just tucked away on a flash drive somewhere in a cloud. Okay, and last one on this list. I don't know if I've been talking really fast or if I just didn't have a lot to talk about. But Zendaya and Tom Holland are reportedly already married. Like, it's not if they're getting married, they are already married, which kind of debunks the rumors that Zendaya was mad at Sydney Sweeney on the set of Euphoria because they said she was getting really chummy with Tom Holland. Sydney Sweeney was. And I'm like, I feel like that's just someone like saying something that didn't happen about Sydney Sweeney because it's just like an easy thing to do right now. And I'm like, that sucks. Like she can't like do anything anymore without people hating on her. I had a hard time believing that. I don't think that would have been the case, been true. But speaking of Euphoria, it starts pretty soon. I'm excited to see the train wreck it'll be. I'll be sat for every episode. But yeah, I'm curious how it goes. Someone the other day was talking about how at the beginning of the TV show, Cassie was like wanting to go to medical school, wanting to do all these things and be like, go to be academically smart and all this stuff. And then now in the new season, she's an OnlyFans model, which I'm not bashing at all because those people make a lot of money. If you're good at that, you make a lot of money. But it's just interesting to see the shift of where she wanted to go and where she ended up. Specifically, just being like a housewife with a husband who hates you, that type of vibe. But yeah, I guess Law Roach let it slip. He is Zendaya's designer. What was that interview he did when someone's like, he's like, oh, we're from the same place. And they're like, oh, you're from Brooklyn? He's like, no, the world. They're like, girl, really? I mean, that is funny, but I don't think he meant it to be funny, which makes it even more funny. Anyway, he was doing an interview on the red carpet the other day, and it said that he said they're already married somehow. Like it just was a tiny little slip up. I don't even know if he meant it to be a slip up or if he meant to just say it, but I can't imagine they would want him to break the news to the world, Regardless, I have a feeling if they are married, Zendaya's gonna finish out this year of all these movies she's coming out with, and then probably have a baby, which that would be a cute baby. Honestly, they make really good, cute children, because they're both very attractive. Tom Holland says he hasn't drank in years, and then he came out with that new. I was just thinking about how attractive they are and just how good of a body that Tom Holland has. And then I thought how he doesn't drink anymore, and that probably contributes to a lot of how he stays so healthy. But now he has that non-alcoholic beer company, and I cannot fathom liking beer. Like I just can't imagine someone. I mean, I know it happens, like it's a real thing, but just being like, I can't wait to crack open a cold beer. It does happen, but it tastes so gross. I'm thinking about it now. It tastes so gross. It tastes like wet bread. Honestly, you know what? If you grew up in the Mormon church and you had to pass the sacrament, what beer smells like to me is the sacrament room. It smells like wet bread. It truly does. It smells so foul, so awful. I'm just curious who thought to drink it. Also, who thought to drink enough fermented fruits and stuff to get drunk and then to keep doing it. You know what I mean? Like who came up with that? Like I'm always so curious, especially when you see really weird recipes. I'm like, who thought to add that to that and to make that and to cook that for this time on this temperature? There's a lot of things I think about, a lot of things I wonder about. My mind never ever stops, and it's actually truly exhausting. Anyway, that is it for me, you guys. That is it for this week. Hopefully you enjoy the new TV shows and movies coming out this week. Hopefully you enjoy whatever you're planning. It is almost springtime. By the time you're listening to this, it'll be daylight saving time. Is it savings or saving? I think it's saving. So we spring forward. We lose light in the morning, which makes me really sad. But we get more light at night, which makes me happy because I was so excited to come home last night and go for a run outside. But I'm like, I'm not gonna make it home in time. There's not enough light. So that will not be the case. And well, I mean, when you're listening to this now, but for me in a few days. Excited for that. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please subscribe and share. And I don't know, if you want me to talk about something, let me know. Comment in the comments what you thought about this episode, and let me know what you thought about Scary Movie. Or no, let me know what you thought about Scream. I want to know your thoughts on it. And scene.